Welcome to our second half hour. A huge vote of confidence from the Flint School Board. Earlier this month, the board voted on a 5-year contract extension for current Superintendent Kevelin Jones. He will lead the district through the year 2029. We now welcome Superintendent Jones here to First at 4, and I want to thank you for joining us today.
Glad to be here.
Yes, first of all, congratulations on this contract extension.
Thank you.
Through the year 2029. How did you feel about that vote of confidence from the board?
First and foremost, I'm humbled at the board's confidence to lead the district. I felt that the charge is there. It's time to roll up the sleeves and get busy. I'm humbled at the opportunity to serve the city that birthed me, that brought me to where I am today. And so I'm very happy to serve Flint Community Schools in the capacity of lead servant.
And you mentioned, you're born and raised in Flint, you're Flintstone, and you graduated from the district you now lead.
Absolutely.
Does it make it a little more personal for you?
It's absolutely personal. Every decision we make, everything we do for our scholars, our staff, it's personal. It's personal because Flint has a rich heritage. This district is over 100 years old, and it's important for me as a young man growing up in this city where I was taught and I was born and raised to bring back better, and that's what we plan to do in Flint schools.
The district in some dire conditions prior to your arrival, with enrollment on a steady decline, but recently enrollment has kind of steadied. You've stopped, I guess, the bleeding of the decline and graduated more students this year than the last several years. What do you attribute this to?
The culture, changing the culture, being serious and standing behind our word to build better, to refocus our attention, to re-energize. The Board of Education working together with myself in training, making sure that we're doing our job on the back end of policy and government, governing the district to ensure success, believing in the staff, not micromanaging them, but allowing them to use their talents in the proper way. Putting out the word of the great things going on. That's one area that the district has failed in over the years, is not telling the community what it is that we're doing for their children. We're the best at educating Flint kids. And the city needs to know we contribute our work to the staff, the principals, the teachers, the central office staff, those that have worked hard, believing in them, putting our confidence behind them, and standing on it and holding folks accountable.
Yeah, and we don't want to paint just a total rosy picture in Flint Community Schools, because we know there are challenges.
Absolutely.
There's never enough money in education. We know that. Never enough
Shortage
money.
of teachers.
Yes, and you're trying to right-size the district, so there's probably going to be school closures, but with school closures comes abandoned buildings, Superintendent. And that has to be a huge challenge for you and for the district. What's going to happen with these buildings?
So we have vision. We have vision. When you talk about school closures, I know it seems to be something negative, but when you look at the population of Flint, and you look at, there's 15,000 school children in the city. We serve 3,000 of them. It's not proper for us to hold all these buildings and keep these buildings open and not do anything about the blight we have. We are renovating as well. So we're closing some buildings, but we're renovating buildings. We're putting over $100 million into our school district buildings for infrastructure, new gymnasiums, new sports fields. We're doing all of these things because, number one, our scholars deserve it. And number two, if we're going to be a really good, viable district, we need to do good with what we have. And so when you look at the buildings that are already closed, we didn't make good on those buildings in the past. What we're trying to do now is repurpose. We're working with community members and entities that are looking for buildings to bring some of their programs and resources to Flint. And we are trying to manage a turnkey to where when we close a building, someone else is going in that building that's going to lift up that community and support more kids. And so that's our plan. When it comes to the vacant properties, we're doing the same. We're looking how can we help with clean energy? How can we have some solar farms and maybe some playgrounds for some scholars that
and innovation. That's
absolutely
speaking. That's thinking innovatively when you talk about solar farms.
Absolutely.
And things of that
The
nature.
school buses are going to be electric in the next 5 years. Charging stations for cars that are going to be electric, right? We are thinking out of the box for our properties. We are looking to receive some funds from some foundations and some entities that want to work with Flint Community Schools to maybe demolish some of those buildings that's causing a lot of blight in the areas in our community. So we're not sitting on our laurels. We're not just looking around at these buildings and saying, oh, well, no. We're working with the city of Flint. We're working with community members to try to figure out the best possible solution for those buildings.
Yeah, building back better.
That's right.
Never enough time. Superintendent Kevelin Jones, congratulations on the contract extension. And
Thank you.
we, of course, in the city of Flint, looking for great things in the Flint
Absolutely.
Community Schools.
Absolutely.
All
Thank
right,
you.
thanks so much.